myself over here.
Do we have a title?
Yes.
Because I know.
Win is no win.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind. I vaguely recall that episode title, but I. Okay, I thought it was something that the Everest had run. Never mind.
It is something the Everest ran.
Huh? Okay.
You shall see. And is someone streaming this before I get rolling?
Yes.
Okay.
Yas.
So, don't want to get into my ramble and then be like, "Whoa, hold on."
Yes.
Oh, was I not supposed to get a captain's log?
I'm gonna. Oh, you do Captain's Log. I tend to get people to do it a bit ad hoc.
Don't
I'll give
you
some,
fucking
bullet
wahaha
points here.
me.
Yeah, please do. No, I can totally do them ad hoc.
I'll give you a quick mini briefing for you. Let's say find that one other file I need. Where
Well,
are you?
I'm
There.
looking
Yes,
forward
yeah.
to disappointing you.
Great.
That's true. There was one, so I was like, oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
Boom. All right, we'll do it this way. Works better if I can find you. There you are. It's on it. Yeah, I have to.
Yay.
Oh, just a small warning. My Wi-Fi has been dropping sometimes.
Pen never
I
disappoints.
haven't figured out the
Robert the
cause of this
streamer
yet. I just have to
will
turn
disappoint.
Off the entire
Big
Wi-Fi setup
difference.
when it happens,
Oh.
so I might drop in and out a little bit.
Hey, Evans. If you're here, think. You hear Evans?
That I am.
Oh, wow.
Yay!
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, things played out a little differently than I expected.
Because if I'm understanding what I vaguely know about this episode correctly, we're gonna need you.
Oh, I am so glad I was able to be here then.
I also state we have a full crew complement.
Woo!
Woohoo! First time in a while.
Wait,
Yeah.
that can happen?
Apparently.
I mean, we haven't officially started yet, so
Yeah.
So, like, are we saying there's a chance that someone will just abruptly drop?
exactly.
Borrow.
All right, I'll see you later.
Oh man,
God damn it!
you had to say something.
Okay. Okay. Do we even have a general start? I don't even need to give one. I can just say captain's log. Fuck it. Do you guys hear much of the noise behind me?
No,
Not yet.
No, I'm not hearing any of it.
Oh, awesome.
You're all
A little
good.
bit only because I'm used to listening for that kind of stuff.
Yes.
I just hear that voice.
Okay. You might be hearing a loud rumbling hum behind me.
From
Well,
what?
use your vibrator after this.
No, it's from my hot water heater.
Ah.
I thought it was your kitty pillow.
And I'm going to strangle you. Anyways, Captain's log. The Kismet is currently halted in the middle of empty space. We've been ordered to stop here by the Judge Advocates General of Starfleet. They're apparently sending a commander. They want to run our ship through some simulations as part of some ongoing investigation. I have no idea what they could possibly need the Kismet for. What kind of simulations they want to run is beyond me. But we should be receiving this commander soon, and hopefully everything will be spelled out then. End log.
So, crew of the USS Kismet, you have found yourself in a rather safe, well, relatively safe part of your patrol area. You've been able to pull away from. You're just in empty space right now. You're not near any suns or stars, or I'm saying the same thing, or planets. And you're basically on rendezvous. But if there's any role play thing you wish to do aboard ship before the commander arrives, feel free.
So far I'm good.
Meh.
I'd like to give um the people who haven't really been here over the past few weeks an opportunity to shine.
I don't have anything to bring to anyone, but if anyone has something.
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't have something for you. I have something for our good doctor.
All right.
Okay.
That was nervous.
Oh, it'll be funny, I assure you. So I don't know if this technically counts as activating Sarir, but I will be role-playing as Sarir. So, normal day in sick bay, maybe Ensign Jensen has come in for the 5th time and we've chased him off. And Sarir, during one of the lulls, just kind of comes up to you, Doctor, and says, Doctor, do you have a minute? I have a few questions I'd like to ask you.
Certainly.
Well, I guess I'll just come to the point. I was rather... Also, 1 second. Sorry about that. Apparently, they're doing night ops near the naval base. Anyway, so as I was saying, apparently I was rather terse and perhaps offensive to the captain. I misread his intentions at the time. Do you think it is appropriate for me to give him a gift, or would this be something he would interpret as something else?
Captain Grennan is pretty understanding as far as humans go. I don't think he'd interpret it as. What do you think he'd interpret it as?
Well, again, being honest, I sort of gave him hell for the way he treats Caitians.
I think his end. I assume you're talking about the occasional flirtation between him and Lieutenant Cecile.
Yes. I don't know that you know this, but every Cation aboard has a get-together every week, and yeah, it comes up every so often.
I think that their relationship has stemmed from working together and things that have caused them to rely on each other. I don't think you have anything to fear. The captain is, for the most part, a very professional man and is skilled in diplomacy. I highly doubt that he would attempt to make a move on you if you were uncomfortable with such.
Well, I'm just in an awkward position because I did sort of hand him the hypo spray that led to him getting knocked unconscious by a certain alien woman, so I feel just a tiny bit guilty.
Yes, well, as I said, he tends to be relatively forgiving. I'm sure if you apologize, he'll take it under consideration.
Thank you, Doctor. It's nice to bounce ideas off someone.
Not a problem at all. Glad to help.
In other news, and I sort of segue into techno babble, but medical babble.
Efrix definitely meets you head on there, and you guys can
Yeah, that's all I had, so.
geek out. Yeah. Proceed to medically.
So
Medically
about these
discuss.
chloropride cells.
That's
For some
Penn's
reason, we
favourite
start talking
manoeuvre.
about jellyfish
In
again.
a circle.
The
Do a barrel
jellyfish
roll.
cell cultures. So,
Anyone else got anything?
yeah. Evans, Penn, Jenner.
I'm saving Penn.
Uh,
Oh, dear.
the only thing I'd want to know is if the captain enjoys his quilts.
He's got his quilt. He's got his quilt. It is
Catgirl.
it is hanging in the back of his closet. So Altera, is this one of those things where there really won't be an opportunity for much else character interaction once we get into the meat of things?
I cannot answer that question.
Fair enough.
All right.
So I guess that's it then.
I think we're good to go.
Jenner, you detect something on sensors.
Everybody, I detect something on sensor.
Can you give me an identification on that?
I just need to find where the. Are you messaging it to me?
Nope, I just alerted you to it. Do you want to scan for more detail?
Okay. Sorry, Ed normally messages. That's why I was asking.
I know.
Yeah, I'd like to scan further for more.
Very good. That will be a reason plus science roll, difficulty 0, assisted by ship's sensor science.
If someone can get the ship for me, normally I do it, but
Yep,
Cheat's
I'll-
acting up for me.
I'll roll it. Sensor science.
Couple of double ones.
Oof.
What was the difficulty?
0.
Yeah, because advanced sensors.
What does
Oh,
that
it
give
was
you?
still difficulty 0.
Oh,
Oh, just
It's the
reduce
super
difficulty?
yeah, because we have the advanced sensor suite, which is the most broken talent in the game.
It really is.
So many things require the sensors.
I have you at 2 momentum. Sensors detect a Starfleet signature. Looks to be a runabout.
I'd like to scan for any life signs or well, the captain would have to hail, so just
And are you the science or ops officer?
Yeah, he is. So he gets a free question. You could probably
That's your
tell
free
him.
question.
Yeah, free
The-
question for life science.
Yeah, there are 2 life forms aboard, one Bajoran, one human.
all right. I let everybody know that since you already all heard it.
I expect that's our contact, Captain.
Agreed. Mr. Evans, try hailing them.
Hailing.
Give me a control engineering test. Difficulty 0, assisted by ship's communications engineering. It's not like you'll need this momentum. Don't
See,
worry about it.
but you say that. That's not the weirdest thing we've ever come across.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
I'm sorry, did you say reason engineering?
I believe it's control. Double checking.
Oh, okay.
Control engineering, yes.
Okay. And I'm assuming tactical systems does not come into play.
It does not. No.
Hey!
Hey! We're full up on momentum.
Oh yeah.
2 and 3. Count 2 plus 2 more. I have you at 5.
That first sensors task was difficulty 0.
Right.
So we've had
1,
6
2,
success.
3, 4, 5. Oh, 6. Yep.
Yeah.
I can math. I swear.
Same.
Healing frequencies are open. This is the Runabout Elb responding to hail.
You are contact. We were told to await a. Hang on. Where is it? We were told to await the arrival of one Commander Theo Martel.
He is aboard, requesting clearance to land, or would you prefer you beam him aboard?
You have permission to dock in our shuttle bay. Mr. Penn, see to it that shuttle bay 2 is clear and open. Actually, we only have one shuttle bay, don't we?
Yes.
We only have one shuttle bay.
We only have one shuttle bay. Right.
Well, we have one, but it's number 2.
See to it that the shuttle bay is prepped to receive a runabout.
Aye, Captain.
So I guess we'll wait for the runabout to land. And Commander Varro, would you go down, meet our guests, and bring them up to the bridge?
Yes, sir. I head to the turbo lift.
Sound effect. Got it. And
In short order, Mr. Vero finds himself in the shuttle bay, seeing a somewhat a variant of the runabout. Seems to be outfitted a bit with an extra module on the top, but otherwise looks like a runabout class USS Elb.
All right.
Stepping out of the back is a Bajoran male, somewhere in his 30s, 40s or so. No earring or anything. Kind of dark hair, thick, sort of thin mustache building on his upper lip. Kind of looks over at you.
Commander,
Permission to come aboard.
granted. Welcome to the Gizmet.
Glad to be here. You would be
Commander Varro, I'll be taking you to the bridge.
Commander Theo Martel. He looks at he has a suitcase in one hand. And he has a pad tucked underneath the other, and he starts tapping at the pad. Yes, very good. Lead on, Commander. Your ship.
This way. And I'll lead him back to the bridge.
In short order, you bring the Commander Theo, the Commander Martel, sorry, to the bridge, and he still has his little JAG officer case in hand with his pad, tapping away at it.
Commander, it's a pleasure to meet you. And the captain puts his hand out.
He reaches out and shakes your hand. Captain?
Is this something that my bridge crew can be privy to, or should we take this to my ready room?
That's on your discretion, Captain.
And the captain looks around and he says, well, if it's not sensitive enough that you leave it to my discretion, I'd say I trust everyone on this bridge well enough. Proceed. What's this all about? And he sits down in the chair, crosses his legs, and folds his hands together. Super cash.
Hello, everyone. I'm here on behalf of the Judge Advocate General's office. We are currently in the process of an ongoing investigation at Narendra Station. If you have any curiosity about the case, you can look it up at your leisure. But as you may be aware, given that this is a command officer trial, we haven't exactly been advertising it. However, I would advise you not to look into that case until after the simulation, since this simulation will be privy to our evidence gathered. The current mission will have in my case here, will be a variety of pads I'll be handing out to each of you. That will give you a minor amount of briefing, some minor amount of details that the crew at the time knew. I am going to ask you to program your ship to observe sensor ghosts and the weapons to respond to said sensor ghosts. Certain parts of the ship will shut down if you are damaged.
If this is what you
Certain parts
consider
of crew who are
intensifies,
injured, he makes a
yes,
gesture
gonna be
with his
sorely
air quote,
disappointed.
injured will be required to stay in the med bay or break as necessary. Certain feats of engineering and medical prowess will be observed by the computer and myself, and at which point certain repair times and injury times can be sped up. And what else can I tell you at this moment? Oh yes, your general mission briefing. The simulation requires you to respond to a investigation query. Your ship has been sent out to a certain part of space that's suspected to have an independent shipyard. This independent shipyard is suspected to have pirates in its vicinity, but this needs to be confirmed. You are to scan the shipyard with as much detail as possible, learn as much as you can about the station, and then retreat to a safe distance from the station so that your transmission is not intercepted or otherwise noticed. Transmit said information to Starfleet Command, and at that point, the mission is over. Any questions beyond that?
Any
Commander, I'm curious why you're conducting this test using sensor ghosts and the brig instead of simply programming it into the holodeck.
Because the ships have a certain level of miles on it, as certain Terrans would say. There are certain quirks and bumps and running ship issues that only actual sensor ghost simulations can provide. Should enemy combatants be aboard the ship, certain opposing force crew will also be used to simulate actual living, breathing people. I'm going to assign those from the security department. Don't worry about. They have very basic instructions. Phasers to stun at lowest setting. They've been Op 4 has been instructed to simply kneel when shot for safety reasons.
Mr. Evans, see that you get.
This provides.
I'm just gonna say, Mr. Evans, make sure that he has everything he needs in that regard.
But does that answer your question, sir?
Yes.
Very good.
I have one. This investigation, is this related to a officer or ship within the 10th Fleet, or is this an external affair that is being brought to the 10th Fleet in a bid to remain impartial?
The answer to that, Captain, is complicated. Technically, this ship is part of the auxiliary force of the 10th Fleet. They are not a mainstay of the current expeditionary force.
I see. Understood. I assume that we will be allowed to take a look at all relevant information once the simulation is over.
Yes, that'll be completely open to you, of course. And after the simulation is over, I advise you not to talk at length to refrain from talking about too much about what the simulation was with your fellow shipmates, fleetmates, I should say. There's no Secrecy Act involved here. It's just it improves the accuracy of the simulation. But then again, Starfleet is Starfleet, and information gets where it needs to get. So,
of course. Well understood.
Steve Aro grimace a little bit at that.
Is there anything else you need, Commander?
Unless there's any other questions, I am ready to prepare your ship.
I think we're good. In that case, you have the run of the operations and security departments to get this ship ready for your tests.
Very well. He leans into his suitcase and opens it up and starts taking out. He has almost like a big clipboard size pad, but out of the suitcase are little tiny ones that he starts stacking like cards. And he walks over to various bridge officers and hands each of you a little card. For you, for you, for you. All right. enter in the codes involved. That should program the ship for your various departments, and also that should send files to your relevant departments to know how they're supposed to respond. Since the captain has, at his discretion, left this open to the bridge crew to be a simulation, your crew will also be aware of that. Do not worry; that does not affect the legal weight of this. The only thing we're looking
Oh,
for is
fucking
your
brilliant. The
genuine
children of the
response
fleet have turned
and
up.
genuine answers to the challenges put before you.
Of course, and that being said, I would like to keep the specifics of the why of this simulation restricted to the bridge crew and chief of engineering, if at all possible. As you,
Yeah,
as has been
no
suggested,
promises.
response time
We'll have to
will
find out
be
what we're doing first.
better the less the crew knows of the specifics.
Agreed.
I'll leave it to your discretion, Captain.
Understood. If you need anything at all, just let us know. In the meantime, Commander Varro, would you join me in my ready room?
Very well.
And the captain and Varro go into the ready room.
The ready room.
Well, what do you think, XO?
It's a slightly older technique. I haven't seen it in a while, Captain.
But it's all above board.
Yes, it seems so. I'm not sensing anything out of the ordinary.
All right. Well, if this is all in favor of helping an ongoing Starfleet investigation, I see no reason why we shouldn't work together on this.
There's
just
no
see to
way
it that
Pend is gonna
the
fucking
bridge
blow up
crew
the ship
gets what they need to get done.
with a ghost sensors type shit.
He picks up his pad and he says, "I'll look over."
But I'll give it a
my
good fucking go.
instructions on that matter. I get the distinct impression they're going to be necessary.
Indeed. Let's treat this as much like a real mission as we can.
Of course. Well, if there are no further thoughts on the matter, XO, get to it.
Yes, sir. And I leave.
So to check, everyone enters in the commands that you all got in your little pads.
Yes.
No one tries to change it up or anything on the poor commander.
No.
Nope, I enter in the command as I'm asked to.
This all seems-
No one commits sabotage. Good.
We're not gonna Captain Kirk to the Kobayashi Maru this.
I didn't know that was an option.
Oh no.
Oh no, this episode is titled "When is No Win." Shit.
Sabotage?
Okay.
Commander says, "Wood, are all stations ready?"
I can't believe they gave me control of the
Suppose
ship.
the captain is gonna return to the bridge for this when they are ready to begin the simulation.
Real quick,
Mhm.
just to clarify, are you telling Medbay about this?
I'm telling you, Dr. Efrix.
Okay, because you said bridge crew and engineering, and I was like, I'm
Oh.
never of those.
I'm sorry.
Uh,
well, no,
Senior
it's-
staff.
Yeah, I
I was like, I mean, I'm down if you want like genuine response times. That's fine.
oh yeah,
I was
no.
just like,
Oh yeah.
okay.
No, I forgot that because I know that you like to spend time on the bridge.
Yeah, but I don't assume that I'm there unless you ask for me. So,
My bad.
And actually, Doctor, you would actually be a pad would be delivered to you once
Okay.
Captain was okay with it, and the pad basically lets you know that the only setting that should be happening among if there's any if people are injured, they're simply just
Mhm.
told by the computer they're injured and they come to you. If there's an enemy
Okay.
aboard action, they'll have like they might actually have stun wounds. So unless someone is particularly aggressive, no one's supposed to be like shooting
Yeah.
through the head or anything. They're just supposed to be hitting each other.
Got it.
No disintegrations.
Wrong franchise.
I don't know.
Nope.
I've heard the stories.
Phaser set to kill will do it.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. This commander does not want to be court-martialed on his own. And you killed everyone in your simulation? Well, I wanted it to be realistic.
See, I have wonderful data for you.
Well, it looks like we're gonna have to open another court martial.
All hands ready?
Yeah. Let's
For show.
start this suckfest.
Very good, Captain. Starfleet Command has sent their orders. You have your coordinates. What do you wish to do? Beyond this point, by the way, I will remind you that at most, if you wish to query Starfleet Command about things, I will tell you what Starfleet Command knew at the time. But beyond that, I cannot assist any of you.
Understood. So we have coordinates to go to begin our investigation?
Correct.
Understood. Well, Mr. Pend, plot of course, warp factor 7.
Yes, Captain.
I'll do the thing. I'll do the thing. Thing.
And
Did you guys hear it?
Nope.
Nope.
Wait, hear what?
Huh. Is there something? I guess there must be something wrong with, I don't think Van Burst has gone down yet.
It wasn't working for me the other day. They might have killed it already.
Oh, god damn it.
y'all. Who's rolling the pilot role here?
That'd be Pend.
Oh, what do you want me to roll?
Pend, I'm going to ask you a question. How close are you jumping to this station?
How close will you allow me to jump to the station?
You can jump within. You can jump right on top of the thing if you wanted. Don't know if you want to do that.
I would like to jump on top of it.
Oh, fuck.
Well, okay. Give me a daring plus con roll, difficulty 2.
I would like to give you one threat, please.
Oh, no.
Okay, sure.
This is our con officer.
Yeah. And, does the ship get to assist?
I mean, we're already full in momentum.
Engines plus con.
Nice.
Oh,
Oh.
gosh.
So we're at 3 surplus momentum.
Yep.
Can I do a corkscrew barrel roll as soon as I get there?
Yeah,
Good. Well, actually,
the commander's face turns to utter horror when he looks at his pad and sees what you're doing. He says nothing, but he's just like,
so here's the question: could we spend 2 of that momentum that we just generated to decrease the difficulty of the next con task by 1?
A better suggestion, can we spend two momentum to make it more difficult?
No.
Listen to the captain.
For the next con roll, I'll take 2 momentum, sure.
Yeah, to create an advantage for the next con roll.
Sure.
Otherwise,
Oh.
all 3 of that momentum would disappear into the ether.
Oh, that's right. You have floating ones. That's right.
Yeah, no, that's why we're spending 2 of it, because we're already at full.
Mhm.
Okay. So,
Right on top of it.
stand by. I'm about to fill someone's feed with a bunch of information.
Oh, fuck.
But I will say that on screen, you can, and on sensors, like if you turn on the view screen, your characters will see it because the computer's translating the sensor reading, the sensor ghosts as a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. Oh, but there's not actually a station there, is there?
According to your little pad, there isn't actually one there. That's why they move you guys to an empty part of space so you don't accidentally run into stuff.
Right.
I mean, you guys are complaining, but I'm pretty sure this station, whether real or not, was not expecting a starship to land right on top of it.
Fair.
Gutsy. Oh, God.
Okay, give me a moment.
So when you say right on top of it, are we talking like inches, feet, or I guess centimeters or meters?
I mean, if you want, we can be kissing the station if you wish.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
That would not have been a difficulty too.
Oh, God. Good. I have the proper distances set up. This is ooh,
Did they move measure?
what?
Nothing.
I will say that you do have a bit of time before you arrive, because there is a certain level of travel time that's occurring while you're warping there.
Mm-hmm.
And the person who's running this test is currently on the bridge, right?
Yeah, the person who's running the test is currently on the bridge, writing
Okay,
down with horror as he watches Penn warp right on top of the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say then.
Okay, who is supposed to get information?
It's going to Jenner.
Jenner, did you get anything, or?
Oh, I'm typing it out still.
Oh, you're still typing it out. Okay.
I was expecting to give less tidbits of information. Now that you're right on top of it, there's a lot you're going to know right off the top.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Not how the mission was supposed to go.
Pinned breaking things. Big surprise.
I'm sorry, the last time we had someone come on the ship and make us run simulations, what happened?
He turned out to be a spy.
No, with the actual thing that Penn did.
Oh, what did
Yeah,
he
I
do?
was thinking about that.
Yeah.
Like the black hole course that we had to go through. And I didn't take that seriously.
Disobeyed orders and got a promotion.
Pend has trouble with things that he knows to be simulations, and also things that he knows to not be simulations.
Penn has trouble with things he knows he can do better than other people.
Pend has trouble.
Penn is trouble.
Pend is trouble.
See, I was gonna ask Penn if he was gonna do anything foolish, but I decided not to because the person running the test is right there.
Should have asked.
You didn't even have to ask.
Well, we now know what my new nickname is. Pending Court Martial.
Oh,
Pending
Uh-huh. How long have you had that one?
About 2 seconds ago.
Okay, good.
All right, my sensors are reading stuff now, since we've now finally arrived. All right, so we are next to a large weapons platform with 3 independent Scale 4 ships. The station seems to be a shipyard and weapons platform combined, and we clearly have been detected.
Right?
No, really?
Yeah,
Mr. Penn, get us out of here right now.
But I've just got us here.
Got
Now,
us a little
Mr.
bit
Penn.
close, Con.
Okay, I'll...
Get us out of here.
Can
Evasive
I-
maneuvers.
Yeah, I can do evasive maneuvers.
And while he's doing that, can I detect like the kind of weapons and
Well, one at a time.
Right, well, yeah.
Right, so I need a assist by the ship's structure con.
Okay.
So we've passed.
Yeah.
Used up 1 power.
Yep.
All
So
those
we're now
subsequent ones, I believe, will not now.
Correct.
Alrighty.
And I would like to quick to action.
Very good.
So
Who's going?
go for it.
I believe sensors.
I believe that was going to be Jenner doing some sensor scans.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, sorry.
I'm pretty
I'd like to
sure
recommend,
everyone saw
if
what
you
just
do a scan
happened.
for weakness, I have a specific talent that will let me pick out an engineering flaw.
I like that.
Very good. If you're scanning for weakness, it's a control science test 51, assisted by ship sensor security.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you what my rolls were.
That is a control science, difficulty 1. Assisted by sensors security.
I already rolled the sensor. You're supposed to roll 2 dice, Alex. So roll another one. Jesus. What's
Good.
I didn't think it was fair to roll 2.
You're supposed to. 2 is the 2 is
But-
the 2 is the 2 is the base.
No, but we need to be fair to the GM.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's,
You're
I was
gonna
just
be
trying to
rolling
make it
those,
fair
right.
for him.
Yeah, what was the difficulty of that? So now it's difficulty 0 because we have advanced sensors. Oh my god. That's 4 successes. So, does anyone have any suggestions what to do with our newly gained 4 momentum?
Penn just does
Save it for when we
stupid.
shoot the thing.
If the
already
GM
have
gives
full
you the
momentum.
opportunity to
We're
do
already at
something,
full momentum.
take it as far as you
so we have
possibly
4,
can,
yeah?
because it's
We have
fucking
4
funny.
floating.
Okay.
What do we
then
find
what
out
we do
from
is
the sen-
we scan for weakness, which gives us mechanical benefit when we shoot it. But if we have 4 floating, let's make 2 advantages.
Exactly. I suggest you finish this as well. This might be too much of an advantage, but could we have possibly jumped inside of a dead space in the sensor field of the station?
Oh, so basically in a blind spot of a sort.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we're right on top of the thing, and they weren't expecting us to land right on
We
top.
came in warp 7.
Again, you're welcome.
I will take.
Good God.
I will take all 4 of that floating momentum for that level of advantage.
Take
All
what
right.
they want.
Before we
Take.
decide on that, I do want to float one of my own, and again, it might be too big, but because we have that level of scan detail, could we conceivably say that we not only have their shield frequency, but basically our next couple attacks, or for the rest of the scene, or at least until they remodulate their shields, we just ignore their shields.
So my argument for my proposal is that we don't necessarily need to engage the station. We're here to get information.
Yeah.
And this avoids a fight rather than making us better at a fight, which is even better, I think.
Because currently, if we get into a fight, we're going to have to deal with a station and 3 ships. Right now, we'll only have to deal with 3 ships.
Yeah.
So, I think we're going to go with that.
Yep. We
good
burn that
suggestion, though.
momentum.
Yep. So, we are in a blind spot for the station's weapons.
Sensors.
Or sensors.
They could still shoot at us. They just don't know we're here.
I'll give your tactical officer, assuming you have one.
We do.
That's Evans.
Very good. I'm gonna give that person an insight security roll, difficulty 2.
Take a
I
moment.
will make this roll because I am also in tactical.
Yeah, because we.
Oh, I forgot you do babysit me, don't you?
Yes,
I
he
do still
does.
babysit you. I don't babysit you over your shoulder anymore. I've had a little screen attached to my chair. This is a level of trust.
Wait,
Believe it or not.
you babysit Evans, who's a competent tactical officer, yet you let Pend run free.
Why do we do that?
I
by
don't
the
know
way?
enough about comp.
I mean,
All
I
right.
think he's doing it right.
I am. What's the difficulty here?
2.
2. Okay, I'm spending a momentum.
See, you say that I've goofed, but I've goofed
Back.
so well,
And then
we've got such an advantage.
let's see.
Sitting at 5 momentum.
Yep. I'm looking at focuses here. Might be strategy and tactics or composure.
I'll take the first one.
Okay.
Oh boy, this is something.
Oh, you got it back.
Yep.
Far as you can tell, since the station hasn't detected you, and it does look like there's a variety of weapons the station has, but since it kind of lost, the weapons kind of pointed where you warped in, and then they just kind of sit there like they're waiting for you to continue warping. As for the enemy ships, well, not enemy ships, the independent pirate ships, the independent ships, they're not just. But yeah, they don't seem to. They're docked. They don't seem to care that you're there.
All
I mean,
right.
they're wary of you, but they're wary of each other too. So
Sensors, gather all the information you can. We're currently in a blind spot.
Yeah, I want to scan for. I want to run a full scan of all sorts for everything.
Nice job on that stop, Pend.
Just turns around and looks at you, and you're complaining about what I do.
Why do we encourage him?
I swear, Pend is the guy from the Orville.
He is.
I am.
Mm-hmm.
He is.
He is.
I was that guy before the Orville came on screen.
It's true.
He copied
guy
me.
End.
Yeah, he got kicked out of Starfleet because he let his cousin film a porno in a run.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so my full sensor scan. Do I got to roll, or what you want me to do here?
it is a reason science roll, difficulty, I believe 3 is what I wrote down. 3.
Oh yeah, I see that right now. Sorry, I didn't see that.
Assisted by the ship's I'm assuming.
And then assist by the ship sensors. Whoever's gonna roll that.
Oh, I'll take it. Yeah.
Is it sensor science or sensors?
Or
something
Varro,
else?
if you want to.
Sensor science, correct?
All right. That drops difficulty to 2. Sweep succeeded. Generate 1 momentum.
Which is gonna burn off anyway.
Right, but we can get it for a second bonus question.
Oh, that's right.
All right.
After we get the information.
Incoming scans, processing.
Sorry, someone's been running a lot of video games in the background here. It's taking a little bit of the.
Got it.
I'm still awake.
need to watch more of the org.
Alright, so I got some stuff coming in here. So it appears that we have, or that this facility is actually about 70% Starfleet made. But it has been salvaged by a lot of other various races, materials. It has cannons, it has rays, it has torpedoes. And there are over 1,000 people, well, life forms on board that starbase right there. And I'm detecting the presence of a Klingon command HQ.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, there's a Klingon command HQ in there somewhere.
That's
Huh.
not good.
The Klingons have been known to work with the criminal class, but disturbing.
And another thing, well, there's 3 Scale 4 ships out here. This shipyard is actually capable of building a Scale 6. So there could be bigger ships lurking somewhere else out there. There are none on scanners currently.
I see. But as it stands, they haven't detected us. So, with that amount of information, what chance do we stand against them?
If you're asking for a tactical analysis, sir, I'd recommend we get out before the station attacks.
Agreed.
Well, and I got some questions I can ask.
Yeah.
What percentage of the life forms on this station are Klingon?
Or what's the species composition of the...
Yeah, or the ratio. Okay, so it looks like it's about 25% of them are Klingon. I haven't been doing this thing long enough to actually ask any good questions. Any suggestions, anyone?
What's the approximate... can we place the construction style of the Starfleet components of the base to a time period?
So is it like a really old base, or like they stole a new one?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Yeah, that question.
Okay. Unless you have another free question, I think that costs you a momentum.
We have one floating
Yeah, I got
free
one
momentum from the success.
Oh, there you go. Very good. Scanning.
Well, it appears to actually be a very new station. The components are within
Within 2 what?
2 years they've been built.
So whoever this is, they got their hands on some Starfleet grade components relatively recently.
Yes.
That's a real problem.
That's just these components were
They are terrible at
rerouted
dying,
during the war.
but as soon as we kill them, they'll be very good at it.
That's a good assessment, Varro.
With
Or they were
everything the Dominion did to disrupt supply channels, I'm not surprised that Federation materials have ended up outside of our control, but
Something like this.
and our alliance with the Klingons makes this situation diplomatically tricky as well.
Agreed.
When would this place us in regards to the new Kittimer Accords? Could they have stolen these components while the Kittimer Accords were broken?
That's entirely possible. If it falls within that time frame, we might not have a legal claim.
No, we wouldn't. They could have easily salvaged these components from one of the many systems they took in the early years.
Please, Penn does nothing that can put people
No,
in
We'll have to
danger.
run further analysis once we can unpack.
Penn only does
separate
crazy
it.
shit that puts himself in danger.
But at this point, I think we've collected enough, and we can't linger here any longer. Pend, warp us out of here.
Thanks to long
Yes, sir.
How much power are you spending to warp away?
Let's see. We move 1 per zone.
Don't forget, we have a lot of it.
Yeah, I'd say we spend 6. Anybody advocating for more or less?
No complaint
good.
from me, but I don't know if any of the others have their preference.
No preference here.
I don't really quite grasp the metric system, so I have no preference.
Just
Well,
go.
not metric system, but like this.
The power system, yeah.
Units.
We
Don't put
pay 1
pressure
power
on
per
me,
each zone
Ed.
we move away, I
I've
think.
basically just
Okay.
fucking pinpoint landed on
Is that correct?
a spaceport.
Something like that.
Yep. You're going
Fucking
get
demands
beyond
of the
extreme
GM.
distance, and you're currently at close. Close to medium, medium to long, long to extreme, extreme to beyond extreme. So you need at least 4 power to be beyond their extreme range.
I mean,
Yeah,
you got to take into consideration we're currently in making out distance, so you need to add 1 on top.
Yeah.
So 6.
Yeah.
So 6.
I am willing to spend that.
Warping away on 6.
Mm-hmm.
Noting that for myself so I don't forget.
Hey, that puts us at 8 power. I love how we're at like almost full power for another.
Yeah, I know, right?
Secondary reactors are an underappreciated talent.
You have warped away. There's no motion from the station.
All right, ops, get that information down to labs. I want a full analysis on it.
Right, and I want that information sent to Starfleet Command right away.
Captain, perhaps we should have engineering take a look at the construction of the station, see what they can ascertain about it.
Agreed.
And recommend we cross-reference the available information from the ships present with known activity from criminal.
I'm gonna take a time out and I'm gonna assume that what's going on that screen back there is me being picked up by my sensors.
You are correct.
So we got 4 Klingon battle cruisers here.
Here, like, as in,
As in, there are 4 of them surrounding us currently, right now.
oh dear.
Shields up, red alert.
Yeah, shit.
Yep.
Now.
Evasive maneuvers. Being hailed.
Captain, we're being hailed.
On screen.
This is the battle group Beta. You are violating of Klingon claimed space. Lower your shields, depower your weapons, and prepare to be.
I'm afraid that's not going to be possible.
Then you will die.
Evasive maneuvers.
Yep. Evasive maneuvers, Mr. Pend.
And we are now in combat. All right, I'll let you guys have that in evasive maneuvers to start off the engagement.
We already had shields up and everything, right?
Yeah, you guys called
Yeah.
that, thankfully, before I hailed you.
So structure con we've already passed, and it costs us no energy.
Yep, because you have the efficient evasion.
Aha.
He is. Yeah, there's a
Yes.
reason why we tend to call evasive action. We
And
are really good
quick
at
to
re-
action.
Yep.
Player turn still in effect.
All right. Tyron Evans, give me a shot on one of those cruisers. Make it count.
Are you directing him?
Yeah.
And feel free to take some momentum, Evans.
Oh yes, that's right. We do have a
All of it.
good amount of that.
We have an amount of momentum.
Technically, the ship didn't roll, but it doesn't have to.
Yeah. Also, what would we do with that right now?
Yeah.
I might get a complication.
Fair.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and spend 1 momentum. Got my tactical security or tactical systems focus, and I'm gonna try to target one of their weapon systems,
Which one?
the closest one probably.
They're all about medium range to you, as a note.
So
Okay,
Yeah.
I mean they're all identical.
We
as far
haven't
as I
got
can
the
tell,
GM.
so-
But we've got the entire crew
We'll
complement.
say this one.
Okay, this one.
Of course, it happens when you're not here, Ed.
Where's the cheat sheet?
Oh,
I
nice
believe that's
roll.
That is difficulty 3, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, well, oh hey, we got the
No,
momentum
it,
back.
it is not difficulty 3 for us because we have fast targeting systems.
Yep.
Oh, well.
We got 2 momentum back.
And then because I'm using the direct action here, I get to roll an assist.
And
with
the
my
ship.
presence command.
Don't forget the ship.
See, we're supposed to be like some diplomatic science vessel, yet we
We're
are.
really good at combat.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a security score of
Hey.
what, 3, 4?
As a
Yeah,
scientist,
3.
you can't do science without kicking ass.
Fair. All right, so that's a total of 4 successes on a difficulty 2 task. We get it's a total of 5 successes. So we have 3 bonus momentum, plus versatile 2 from phasers once we roll that.
We should add those definitely to our
Wow.
next
I mean,
free attacks.
Okay, so there's
can
our,
always
our phaser roll.
Yeah.
jump in from the car
That's what
accident,
we wanna
just
do
chat with us.
versatile
We won't complain too much.
Spend it on resistance, because
Yes.
if they're comparable
just
to
to say,
us, they have
we all hope you're
at least
alright, Ed.
5 resistance, so you can knock off 4 of that immediately.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So that's what we'll spend our versatile on. For negating 4 resistance. So that's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage.
See,
How much are they taking?
You
now?
call it cheese, but we've not built it in
Of that,
intentionally like this. It's
they
kind of just
took 7.
kind of like this.
Oh.
7.
Well, as long as the car's fucked and you're not, that's a lot better.
May as well just pour the rest of that into.
So we pour 1 more momentum into penetration. That gives us complete. That ignores their armor completely, their resistance, and then we still have 2 floating bonus momentum,
Yep.
Okay, brings it up to 9.
which I recommend we use for.
Additional damage.
I recommend that we do 1 point of bonus damage and 1 point of power loss.
Okay.
God, we fucked that shit up.
Yeah, that's 2 breaches,
I think.
10 damage.
To the weapons.
Well, I gotta point out, we get to choose between spread or area, so that could be even more breaches.
Ooh.
Because spread is half the damage on the next hit, and it still has the resistance off, I believe. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it
No, those modifiers
does
apply
half the-
beforehand.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you got to call that beforehand, but we'll do that
You
next
do,
time.
yeah.
Well, I mean, the reason I say that is because arrays always are either spread or area.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, that is something we have not been taking into account.
No.
yeah, so that's the benefit of arrays is that they always have spread or area,
mean,
so that you do
yeah,
more
that's
damage
true, Ed,
over
but
an area.
Cars
which makes
can
it really
be
good
replaced.
either against groups
Super
or
sexy
if
space
you're able to
gods
get the
can't
shield
be.
sword.
So
So which
Still kind of a
better in
win.
this situation then?
Personally, I would recommend spread because area only affects ships that are in close range, and based on what I'm seeing, they are not within close range of each other.
Okay, so spread. Get us some spread.
So that does half damage to another subsystem.
Half damage to the ship again, which also reduces its shields, and it is a different subsystem. Yes.
Yeah.
We
So,
might make this ship blow up because that's
Yeah.
15 damage and 3. That's 3 breaches.
So 2 to weapons and 1 to something else.
When did we
So which
become
of
so
us taking
deadly?
Weapons?
I mean,
hate
you've
to
always
put-
been deadly.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news. However, the attacking character may choose to grant one of area or spread effects. It is something you
Ah,
have to declare.
alright.
Oh,
All
well.
right.
We have to declare it then.
Next time.
We still did very well.
We still
I mean,
did
don't get
10
me wrong.
damage.
Ow. Ow. Let's clear that up. Clear that up.
That puts us at 7 power.
So I count 10 damage.
Yep.
10 damage.
Their
a pa-
shield is still up, but they suffer 2 breaches to weapons.
And a power loss. We
And a
specified.
power loss.
All right. And then we have yep, that's all of our
There's
rounds.
no need to worry how this plays out. It's going to go perfectly well. Nothing's going to go
Nice.
wrong whatsoever. It's fine.
Fantastic.
Everything's
Passes
fine.
back to them.
Nothing's on fire.
That ship is not doing too well, so it's not going to do something right now. That seems like a bad idea. The other one's going to take a shot because you shot up their friend. They don't like that. Well, they do, but you know.
Well, they started it.
I don't knock on wood. I make predictions and they come true.
Technically, we started it.
Did Solo shoot first? I don't know.
I mean, some things happened. We started shooting them. We can't decipher these type of things.
No, we were defensive because we took evasive maneuvers first.
Mhm.
It's not our fault they fell over and cracked their head open.
Exactly.
Oh god.
All right, we took evasive maneuvers. We're currently difficulty 3 to hit.
Yeah.
This craft sends communications to this craft.
Oh dear.
This craft opens fire. First ship is making a roll because it said something to the second ship.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Penned.
I'm evading.
Ugh.
Two. Now the actual ship wants to hurt you. They are firing, considering that you haven't really moved away from them. They're going to just fire their disruptor banks at you.
Ugh, they have banks, so that means they're good at medium.
Quick dodge.
And I'm going to spend 3 momentum.
Right.
All right. There it is. Boop. Oh,
Just
Just barely enough.
And
Fortunately, this is all until they still have to do this all until Penn's next turn because we're still in evasive action.
Mm-hmm.
then their ship assists them, of course.
Yeah, I think this has gone from pew pew, pew pew, and bang bang to fuck fuck.
Difficulty to hit you is 3, so they get 1 back.
Yep.
Actually, they'll put that into piercing. You guys
Oh.
probably have some. Why not?
Oh, we do have a little bit of resistance.
Yeah.
And hey, come back here. There we go.
I think the reason we're good at combat is that whenever Ed throws us into combat, it is very, very deadly combat.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've kind of got the entire track of what we have to do, and we just get through it. And we technically shouldn't be saying this because Ed's in chat right now.
Oh, he is.
So I wouldn't keep telling him this.
Oh, combat's not deadly enough, huh?
Don't listen to him, Ed. I know, 7
Oh, wow.
people. I think that's the most I've actually had
I
watch,
don't think
which
that
is
That
a
does
bit
not do any damage to us.
weird.
Minus your resistance?
Yep.
Yep, we have resistance 7.
Good God. Okay. Yeah, no.
Yeah, we have a blade of armor.
Oh,
And yet
I
somehow we're
apologize.
still a science ship.
There's an additional 2 more because it has Vicious 1.
Do you know what you guys have done now? We're getting 5 Borg cubes next session.
Okay, so we take 2 damage to our shields.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Back to the players.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Borg spears.
Borg spears, but no, it's cubes, unfortunately.
Yeah.
No, Borg spears are those like really long ones from Star Trek Online.
Yeah. The probes.
I was thinking like the Unimatrix ones.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, I was talking about the times when we couldn't say spear.
Oh yeah. I know what you were referencing. I was just
forget.
saying.
I forget. Did I say Borg spears, or was that a typo in chat?
I think it was. A
I can't
typo.
remember.
I think someone made a typo.
Mhm.
It was definitely me, wherever it was made.
But
Alright,
it was
so-
perfect, though.
So Evans, you want to take your turn now?
Ooh, that I would. I'm gonna want to eat up another momentum and make a. So it's just generally good to either use area or spread, right? There's no consequences to that.
Right.
Yeah.
So in this
Okay.
case, right.
Currently, we want to use spread.
Okay, yes, because that deals more damage to the one target you're hitting.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
Although we might want to roll for a different ship because we could potentially disable it in one shot.
Yeah.
If we roll well.
Because like we've already taken down the weapon systems of the first ship, right?
Yeah. So that's the thing.
Essentially.
Okay, yeah, because I was thinking take out the weapon systems.
Mm-hmm.
So which one was shooting at, Evans?
I think we shoot at the one that shot us.
Oh yes. Right. Okay. And I didn't realize there was a map at first. Which is the one that we originally shot?
This one.
Okay.
Could we put dots on them, maybe? Make it a little bit easier to figure out which one is which?
Battleship,
I see a red dot.
but it's not on a ship.
Aha.
We
Yep,
have
I see it.
red, green, blue, and yellow ships now. Good. We're shooting at blue.
Okay, let's
good.
see if the ship gives us any momentum.
Yeah. Hold on, I've got that. It does not.
No. Okay. Still got
Okay, your
5.
momentum stays the same because you spent 1 and got it back.
Wait, what?
Yep, we're at momentum 5.
No, don't jump
Momentum
into roll
six,
20 and
momentum.
add dots everywhere.
Oh, I missed one then.
Wait,
People are already
how did we
confused
get one back?
enough
Because I
without
had
more red
momentum
dots.
6 before I went, right?
I
Right.
had a set momentum 5 before you went.
Oh. Okay, well I must
I
have
was
missed
wrong.
a spend somewhere.
No, I think I missed something. Because 2v3
Yeah, I
knows
think,
that we're at 6.
yeah, I think we were at 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we've been doing a good job at just keeping all our momentum.
All right, so then we go for.
And this is a div 3, so we got
Div
nothing
2
from
because
it.
of your fast targeting, yeah.
Difficulty from fast targeting, yeah.
Oh, okay, so we got that right back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then we're declaring spread on our phaser arrays.
Pew,
And
pew,
fire.
pew.
Nine again.
God. Oh, these poor Klingons.
And I recommend we repeat what we did last time. Just dipping into our momentum pool.
Yeah. So let's
Hey,
see.
he asked how much power we've used.
We've lost a total of 2 from shooting phasers. We are
Uh-huh.
currently at 6 power.
Just wanted to verify.
Yep.
Mhm.
So
We have not been dumping power into phasers, so we've not been draining extra.
no,
Okay.
We can do that.
but we're not
So-
going
Have
to
not.
just yet. So we're gonna put the 2 versatile into
Penetration.
penetration.
And then we spend 1 more momentum for penetration 1. It drops us to 5.
Yep.
6 penetration. Another momentum for bonus damage 1.
Yep. And that'll bring it to 10
That'll bring it to 10.
with spread.
So
I
that's
have
3
you at-
breaches.
I have you at 4 momentum.
Guys, Ed wants to know, was the sheet fixed after the update?
I think so. Yeah, his sheet's working. At least for me.
I don't know. I've been cautious about the challenge dice. I just did that by hand.
Bonus
Well,
dice have been working.
Yes, according to people using
sorry,
it.
wait,
Yes,
how
at
many
least it
damage?
seems
We're
to have
talking
been
about character
fixed.
sheet or ship sheet?
Ship.
Okay.
I count 10 damage.
Yep.
I believe it's only 2 breaches though, because that doesn't knock down their shields, but it's 2 sets of 5.
Then spread we declare for half damage to another subsystem.
Oh. Do-do-do.
So now we've become even deadlier at combat because we now remember to use
Yeah.
spread.
And also we don't have to use our power because we've got momentum from Penn's rolls usually.
No.
I don't remember Starfleet shows or Starfleet ships just dumping on birds of prey in the show.
These aren't even birds of
Yeah,
prey.
I wouldn't really know
Guys,
much
let's
about
not,
the
like,
ships
get ahead of
myself
ourselves.
because
I mean,
I don't
we're still-
generally do it
Oh,
for the
we're
Kismet. It's
doing
usually
better than
either
should be.
Varo
I think
or
we're saying.
Grennan.
Yeah, like
So if you do have more questions, I would
We should
direct
not
it
be doing
towards
this.
them. At least they'll be able to answer your
And
questions.
we have in the past done far worse.
Yeah. Read last week.
Yes. The Kismet
Okay.
truly lives up to her namesake.
Okay.
It's just sometimes good, sometimes it's bad.
Oh, hang on. We should have before we go any further, we should use our quick to action and give
We don't have quick to action.
We already used it.
oh, but we're still in the first round of combat.
Yeah, and we only get to use it once in the first round of combat.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Correct.
we've had that conversation with Ed before.
Huh.
Yeah, it's just the first the first turn of combat.
That's why we do it evasive, quick to action, and shoot. That's literally all we can get out of it.
Blue
Okay.
ship is completely disabled.
All right,
Disabled, not blown up. Okay.
good, because we're not actually trying to start a war.
I hope you guys are
Yeah,
happy.
it's
I
fine.
spent a good 10 minutes making this.
Well,
Very good.
technically, he's penned. Penned happened before he did.
I believe that goes to them.
Yep.
This guy is going to send communication to this guy.
Wait.
Is there any way I
which
can try
ones?
to intercept those communications or anything like that?
On your turn, you'll be able to roll. You can do a roll to try to see what to try to intercept and see what they're doing, or just straight up jam.
Okay, got it.
Which one communicated? Sorry.
War is fantastic
talk to
when
green.
you're winning.
Green's now firing at you, but yellow rolls to assist.
Ah.
Oof.
And now, I'll spend one threat for an extra die. In theory, there we go. Boop.
And they get your threat back.
And then the ship assists themselves, of course.
Of course. Oh, you generate an extra.
We're gonna put those both into piercing.
Of course.
All right. Piercing. That
Well-
drops the strings. It's 3.
He needs to make it interesting at least.
Guess we take 3 damage to shield.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 because they have vicious 1.
All right. Take 4 damage to shields.
Oof. We're
That puts
still-
us at 5 shields. No
Mhm.
breaches.
Back to the players.
Looks like our shields are holding. Before we go any further, I think I want ELH to try to get us back some more power.
So
I mean, what are we sitting at power wise at the moment?
6.
Question: is that
And-
an engineer or a science role?
That's
Oh,
an engineer.
that's engineering.
Oh, okay.
Or would you rather get us more shields?
Yeah, that's what I'm debating, whether shields would be better. No, let's do
Consider-
power because power is better in the long run, and I actually have a focus in it.
All right.
Very
Right, so-
well. Your choice of daring or control plus engineering. Difficulty 2.
Feel free to take a momentum.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
Yeah,
gonna
let's say
take
I
one
don't know
because I have
how we're
cautious,
gonna fix that
engineer-
issue with
Does
the
this assist with
the
this? I forget.
phases. Then
No, not for power.
Oh yeah, because we're trying to work against the ship to get us more juice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
Good roll.
there's one momentum that I just used. Cool. And if I remember correctly, it's 2 power off the bat, and then 2 more for every point of momentum I spend.
Got it
That's-
in 1.
Yeah, I feel free to spend that momentum you got back.
Yeah, so
So
let's
puts it
just
9 power?
well, if we were at 6, we will now be at 9 or is it 10? It's either 9 or 10.
Well, if we're at 6, that would bring us up to 10.
Yeah, and with power management, you can go beyond your max, your starting max, because you're jumping, you're pushing the ship harder than you normally would.
Well, our max is 15.
Oh, there you go. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Secondary reactors, man.
All right. So 10. 10. And we're at 3 momentum.
Thank you,
Yep,
Brad.
sorry, normally I would do all the ship stuff myself, but I am just not having a good day over here technology-wise.
Yep.
Which ship is-
All good.
Yeah, so the phasers are firing 5 more dice, and the torpedoes are firing 7 more.
Oh. Is that across the board?
It seems like it. It seems like the update didn't actually fix the issue.
Oh. But I'm saying, is that across the board? Are the Klingons also getting that?
I've been hand editing in challenge dice on my own because I didn't trust the sheet to cover it. I thought your
Alright.
sheets had been fixed.
Oh. Whoops.
It's okay. You needed the advantage. I wasn't gonna stop you right away.
Well, it's the only reason why I know is because Ed and Prax were talking about it in chat. That's why he's come in and done it now.
Cool. Thank you very much,
Yeah.
Brax.
Yeah, the problem is the weapons rolls don't actually tell you how many dice it's rolling, which is a bit of a problem, I think.
Mhm.
I am going to spend 6 threat.
I've already told you I can't take your money. I'm not that good of a streamer.
Wow, that's quite a bit of.
Yeah. Quite a bit of threat. I tell you what.
Oh.
I don't
Hi there.
like that.
I don't like that.
I mean, at least it isn't a Negvar.
Oh, we're in danger!
So,
I hate that.
I'm just going to throw it out there because I'm a sadistic GM. If you spend 1 more point of threat, you could bring in a Negvar.
Don't tell him that.
No, don't worry. You're not that important yet.
See, I've only
But
just
they are
figured
gonna
out how
fire
to add
torpedo
the fucking viewer count to the stream. Don't think I'm competent enough to add fucking donations and shit or bits.
So now photon torpedoes are.
Oh
Yes.
no.
Well, I preemptively did the Star Trek shimmy, though I see that was kind of a mistake.
I don't
I
think
think
it
we need 3.
doesn't even
I
matter
think
what the
that's
doesn't
Oh,
even matter what the
good.
ship. All 14.
That's all you're getting.
Yeah, that goes wide.
Panda's just that good of a pilot.
Please, we already knew this.
It's like 4. Yeah, they whiffed completely.
Yeah, they whiff completely. Well,
That torpedo fires. Oh no,
because the starship
that
assist doesn't even matter.
it was a photon torpedo. Oh yeah, right. Because Starship can't assist if the guy at the controls screwed it. So
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
is back to you.
Woohoo! In that case,
I did not get a chance to intercept or jam or transmissions or anything.
You can do that as part of your ship's turn.
Sure, go for it. Jam their comms.
All right, I'm gonna do that.
Very good. That is going to be a roll that involves dice, and I'm not stalling in any way.
I mean, I don't have overlays. I've got different scenes,
It's gonna be a
but
roll that involves
I
dice,
am
it's
keeping
going
this
to
basically
require a
as
number
simple
of
as
dice.
possible.
That number is
I'm
going
gonna
to be
assume
disclosed soon.
Fitness and medicine.
Stalling.
Go away with you.
You think I'm
Fitness
stalling?
medicine.
Uh-huh.
Excuse me.
2, 2, 3.
You're saying that about Penn's style, but it's effective. It's shock and
You're the
awe.
GM, you can just tell me what you
Pure
want.
shock and awe.
What you
I want
really,
you to
really
guess.
want. Just tell me what you want. What you really, really want.
Oh no.
I wanna.
No, we're not starting with this.
Very good. So, you can choose one of the ships that are in medium range. So the new arrival can't be jammed. But you're choosing one of the ships you wanna shut down. Communication wise.
I think is it just me
Which
or-
one's the healthiest?
Yeah, I think the yellow one is the only one that's actually been doing the jamming.
Or the communicating
Or
rather?
communicating?
No, the green one has.
The green one has participated in both communications. One time it communicated, one time it was communicated to.
Okay, in that case, it might just be that they can all communicate with one another. But
Yeah, if you give the
green one
GM
seems to be
threat,
the one that's been
he
doing it.
generally lets you get away with stupid shit.
Yeah,
That's just general rule 101 for a pilot.
Targeting this guy. This is a It costs you 1 power to do.
That, and if you keep calling him Super Sexy Space God
This is a
Ed,
control engineering
that kind
task.
of works as well.
Now here's the tricky thing. The difficulty is set by you. Difficulty 1, 2, or 3. If you succeed at that difficulty, that makes that that's the difficulty for them to do any communications action.
I'd say 2.
Okay, so set it for 2 and do
I
we
would have
use
gone 3,
momentum?
but
I'd say no right now.
yeah, bold security would be good,
Okay,
but
I just
because
didn't
I've
know if
got
you wanted to guarantee
bold
something 'cause of the
con.
power use.
I don't know if anyone else actually has a bold anything, because people seem
We only
not
have 3. I think we should
afraid
go.
of bold,
Oh,
You could
yeah.
but they
Right.
do kind of
Yeah,
shy away
I
from it.
still
So
had us
I
marked
don't
at
know if
6.
anyone else has got it.
In other words, I wouldn't have said shit. Alright, so basically,
It's
and then
comm security, is that right?
no, it was control and engineering.
No, I'm talking about the ship.
Oh, I don't know. Oh yeah, assist by comms.
And what
Comms and
character are
comms and
you?
Oh, command.
Because I doubt your
Oh,
Twitch name
oh.
and your Star
I'm
Trek name are the
guessing- Can I
same.
use the focus?
That's what I thought.
Oh, and
defensive tactics?
just
So maybe
Jacoby
the defensive
has
tac-
bold as well. Okay.
That's a good focus. Go for it.
Oof.
I mean,
Stand by.
Hang on. we
So
succeeded and we
okay, so you're
generated 2
Joker, right?
momentum. We can
Like I
use
said,
that 2 momentum
different
to
names for different things, but yeah. So you're
unless-
Chuckles then. Well,
unless
yeah. Like I
the
said,
GM
bold
just
is a good
makes
thing
us-
to have. Plus, it gives you a chance to add extra resources for everyone else for a slight risk.
I'm gonna use the 2 momentum
It's
to negate
people
it,
should take it more often.
otherwise take the threat. GM,
Yeah.
you there?
Hello? Hello? Okay, I thought we were waiting on me. I'm like, I don't think
No,
I'm supposed to answer.
I'm waiting to hear what the GM thinks.
Hold on. Stand by.
Okay.
Weighing up his options of how many more ships he wishes to send at us.
Stop that.
I mean, he can send about 6 more, and I reckon we'll still be fine.
Well, here's the thing, Panda. We just had our damage output corrected,
Yeah.
so maybe we shouldn't do that.
Don't be soft.
so I'm confused about what the issue was with our damage.
Right, so from what they were saying is it's taken into
return?
the usual roll, but the sheets are also adding scale into damage. That's why it's adding more than it
Oh.
should.
That's yeah, so we're constantly rolling 5 more challenge dice than we should.
That makes a little bit of a difference.
We haven't
question-
ever gotten successes that would indicate that, though. We haven't ever gotten a number of rolls that would equal our security plus weapons damage plus 5, I think.
Yeah, we've always rolled within the range of what we should get, but apparently it just rolls too many dice.
Huh.
Yeah, that's weird.
So we've been
a question-
incredibly unlucky with our advantage.
Yeah, so Ed just said before the update it didn't add scale, so the update's what screwed it all up.
Hmm.
Wait, then what was the update for? What other issue were they trying to fix?
I have no idea, but updates usually cause some issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is why I love the other sheet.
Wait, there's another sheet.
Yeah, there's the fan made
Well,
one that was
fuck
made
that
before Mojibus
message.
came in and did this,
Giving the GM
and it
threat
has none
is
of
the
these issues.
best thing you could ever do.
Okay, you back, GM?
Yep.
Okay, so here's the thing. Basically, what we want to do is, if you're going to take that, if you're going to take that complication as threat, we'll just keep the 2 momentum. but if you want to actually make a complication out of that, we're going to use the 2 momentum we generated to null it.
Okay, sure. I'll take the 2 threat.
Okay, so we'll take 2 momentum in response.
I mean, don't be soft. It's only sense of ghosts.
5.
You guys need to lighten up and be more reckless.
And GM at 6. Okay, so...
Yeah,
now
but
they have
that's
to
where the
perform a
fun
difficulty
is.
2 check if they want to do
If you add
something.
complication to rolls, it makes it more interesting.
Yep. Anything communications related, it's a diff 2 for them to do it.
So back to them.
Yeah. No ship is able to act at this time. Back to you.
Sweet. I am going to direct Evans to which ones have we not hit?
We haven't hit green, yellow, or second blue.
Okay. In that case, I want to hit yellow.
Yeah,
Hey, so
it's
everyone knows, I'll be right
kind of
back.
got to the
Just gotta hang
stage
my
now
car
with
hooked
most
up.
things, but
Just
like
had his
with an
name,
update, it
ACL.
just messes with shit unnecessarily.
Maybe
Yeah,
I
great. I gotta go help him pee.
All right.
have fun with that. Maybe I've missed it though, but what's keeping us here?
Nothing. Pride.
Okay.
Pend is
how much-
keeping us here.
Yeah,
the fact
how
that
much power do we have left?
a
9.
good amount. We do have a good amount.
Okay.
Well, it's
If,
just
I recommend we run as well.
right. Oh,
yeah,
I
if we
actually-
just spend all 9 power on warping away from the battlefield, then they have to spend 10 power, which I don't think any of them can do.
Technically, if at the start of the next round, if you go first and generate more power, then I go. We can then spend more power while we're still evasive to warp away.
Right. It's Pend has to do that action, and Pend is already gone.
Wait, but I can direct him.
Unless he directs it. Yeah, that's why
Right.
that's why I interrupted.
Right. Good thinking.
Mr. Pend, we need to get out of here now. I don't
Yes,
care
Captain.
How much power you have to pull from this ship's engine core to do it. Just get us out of here. Zoha, give her everything you've got.
Redlining the engines, Captain. Aye.
Engage.
Oh, we need warp sound effect. Damn it.
I'd say, well, I wouldn't say we should.
No,
use all
we
9.
can use 8.
We should use 8 of it so that we have a power in case we have to do something.
Yeah.
Well, technically, leaving the battlefield ends the scene. So if we spend all 9 and we maintain warp 9 whatever, then we can regen that power as the scene resets.
I think.
Could I make a second suggestion for that?
Yeah.
GM, is it possible for me to make multiple warp jumps so they can't follow us?
You would. I would have to say no. You're basically going. Your power is jumping you at that many factors beyond light speed. So you're having one big jump. Now, what you could do. Actually, I know what to do. Basically, you're doing part of your one direction, stopping briefly, then continuing the rest of the jump. So like 2 small jumps that are basically going to make it harder for them to trace you.
Yeah.
So the way I'm going to use that is going to be a Daring Con difficulty 2 to create the advantage of having a confusing warp trail.
Yeah, so basically I just want to make like a zigzag so they can't follow us.
Wait, is that
Right.
is that in addition to the roll to get out of here?
I think we just
yeah.
spend power to get out of here, right?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just spend power.
But I'm making it difficult for them to follow us.
Oh, okay.
I
Awesome.
would like to give you 1 threat for a 3rd die.
And I get to assist with my presence command. Oh god, I still have my fitness security set in from my roll last week. Crap.
Don't
Okay.
roll that.
Oh, I do get a focus because team dynamics.
I'll give you that, sure.
Yep. And what does advisor do again?
Means you can whoever you're assisting can re-roll 1 die.
Oh, cool. It doesn't matter because he got all 3.
I mean, if you want him to crit fish,
I don't think we need to crit fish at this point. And does the ship get to help? Because we're doing a crazy warp thing.
I mean, this seems like a pen thing, but okay.
Engine's con.
Engine's gone.
Engine's gone. Hit it.
So technically, we're already up 2 momentum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So how much momentum are we at?
We're at a 5.
We're at 5. Sweet. And get us out of here.
Yep, so I've just done a zigzag warp maneuver.
New. Oh god, he's spending threat.
Carry on. You warped away from them. They haven't caught up to you right away.
We're just as we go, I guess. Just we need our engineer to keep giving us power.
Mm-hmm.
Keep this up.
You guys basically have 1 free turn.
Power.
I want, yeah, power.
yep, I would just spend it regenning power.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hang on. So get a momentum.
Alright.
Yes.
So that's 2 momentum back. So,
So
we have
that's
5.
6.
So if
7.
we spend 4 momentum, that gives us a grand total of 10 more power to continue running.
Did not mean to do that.
All right, that drops us to 3, and we have 10 power.
We're at 3 power. 3 momentum.
3
Yeah.
momentum, 10 power.
Yep. Want to pour like another 6 into warp?
Turns out we
Well,
are
we only have to
effective at
spend power
whatever we
as they
do.
catch up,
Right.
if they
Right.
catch up.
Yeah.
And they already have to spend the amount that we spent to catch up. Or the amount we spent plus 1, I think.
Oh god.
So they have to spend 9 power to catch up.
Plus, it's more difficult because I gave him a false warp trail, which is why he's spending 7 momentum.
Yeah.
Threat, sorry.
GM momentum.
Yeah. It's disabled. What?
Hours?
What?
Engines disabled. Power failure on all decks.
Don't look at me.
What on earth?
Yeah, I want to know why we don't have power.
What is going on down there?
Well, you're probably going to want to roll for me a reason plus engineering, wondering what the hell just happened.
Take momentum. What's the difficulty?
Opposed.
All right, well, I can re-roll that 0.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we got 4 successes.
What am I doing? Stop.
GM's trying to kill us. But we shall prevail because we're
Players
fuckwits.
usually.
Oh,
Mhm.
we've got a saboteur.
Don't look at me.
It's probably penned. Don't worry about it.
It probably is pen, but don't look at me.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that gets you 2 momentum because you got 2 more than the other side did.
That is correct.
That puts us to 4.
Yeah.
You're getting a report there, friend.
Or not
Oops,
pen.
I can't hear
Zohan,
anybody.
Right?
There we go.
He
It is
said
Zohan.
friend.
Or friend.
I'm used to Zohan as a different character, so I was like, wait, hold on. There we go.
Captain, for some reason the ship keeps spinning around in circles.
Right down to the ground.
worst decision ever, giving me control of the ship.
Yeah.
Why did we do that?
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I thought that's what it was, but all right. So I come up to the captain and I say, "Well, Captain,
I mean, yeah,
not gonna
that
like
would
this
be
answer,
fun.
But you know that whole simulation code program we had to execute? Yeah, yeah.
What
It's-
about it?
It's disabled all of our power, which personally I think is cheating. So remind me to yell at whoever thought this was a good idea later.
Wait, the Jag guy is on the bridge with us, right?
Yeah, he's still standing there. He seems perfectly calm.
It's the codes that did it though.
Yeah.
Would you care to explain?
Simulation's not over yet, Captain. I suggest you do something about this.
Alrighty.
Very well. Zoho, get engineering working on restoring systems.
I'm basically going to lock out all command code access to do it, but yeah, I'm going to make sure we have power and nobody can dick around with it this time.
Very
Good.
The
good.
commander grins at that.
So yeah, I'm guessing daring and engineering, or maybe an extended task.
We are going to call this
No,
an
I
extended
prefer the
task.
good old method of hit it with a hammer
my
and
little
stick it back together with duct
sheet?
tape. That fixes. That solves every problem in the universe. Duct tape and
A
hammers.
miracle worker and vicious one on the work track. So this is going to go very quickly.
Yep. Zoha's built for these.
Why am I doing it this way? I can just tell you guys in the text.
Yes. Text is a useful thing.
Yep. See what we got.
Well, it is unless you can't read. Then you're fucked.
Yeah, fair. Is anybody secretly illiterate?
What up? I'm Captain.
It
Huck,
comes out
running
now.
my
Dang it.
to read.
Okay, work track through 15, mesh difficulty 2, and is it still daring engineering?
You can go with daring engineering if you like.
Well, I mean, I'd love control, but I personally think it's daring because, as I said, I'm going to be locking out all command codes. So later on, I'm going to have to fix it again, but until the simulation is over, no more random command code nonsense.
Very good.
All right, so I'll do daring engineering. I'm going to spend 1 momentum for a third dice, and I will reserve my determination if I need to reroll.
No assist from the ship.
Well,
don't
he's
know.
working
Does-
against the ship.
Right.
Yeah, I'm working against the
that
ship.
Sounds about right. Make your roll. Oh.
All right, well, I can reroll that 0 for more momentum. Okay, so we're back at 4, and then I'm rolling 7 challenged.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that is 11, 12, 13. So I'm also going to spend 2 momentum to make that 15, and then 1 momentum to get rid of the 2 resistance. So we're down to 1 momentum, but we just did 15 work, which is 5 or more, which is one success. I have Miracle Worker, that's another success, and we completed the work track, a 3rd success. Boom.
Okay, guys, we can go home now. See you later.
Wait. Do we just do the whole wait? Do we just do the whole
Yes.
work track in one shot?
Yes.
I just cold started a warp core. I want a fucking medal.
Yeah.
See, I was kind of joking earlier how we're good at pretty much everything, but this is just taking the piss.
But like, we
Mr.
don't usually
Engineer-
do this well.
Mr. Engineer, because you got that done so quickly, you get to oppose what I'm about to do.
Okay, what are you about to do?
The warp core is about to eject. You probably
Yeah,
want me to do
precisely. This shit type
let's
of shit
not
happens.
do that.
And yes, I still can't take your money.
Momentum.
It can be
Yes,
control or
we are-
daring engineering at your leisure.
We are powerful
Take
because
my
of the
control.
7 people helping us.
What's the difficulty?
I
What's
suppose.
opposed? So,
Oh.
all right, let me think. Yeah, this sounds like a determination spend. My determination, I've got 2, but I'm going to go with regular maintenance prevents most problems. And I just did maintenance on the warp core ejection systems. So that'll give me, assuming there's
Yes,
no
everyone
objection,
log
that'll give
out.
me
Stop
2 free
watching, go
successes
home.
To start off.
You might have
And
to. You'll have to give him a threat in order to get. The
I will
third
have to
die.
give him a threat, but I think it's worth it.
Very good. I'll take that threat.
I can reroll that complication. Very
Yes.
good. So that is a total of 5 successes.
Oh shit.
That's
Mr. Engineer, as you are you cancel out the system, you notice that on a deck, a different deck, the engineer near the core, you see one of your engineers wearing a sash across his chest that says "Op Forward." He seems to be fiddling with something.
I will literally pull out my phaser and yell at everyone in engineering, "Stop that man!" And I will shoot at him on stun, and hopefully I will be getting assists from people because I have very poor security. I would also call for a security alert, but my main goal is to just stop him immediately. All right, so let's see what we can do here. I don't have any talents that are going to help here. I thankfully have a 12 in control, but
Yeah,
my
but the
security
difference
is all of a
between
1.
Dar and
Don't
an
have
engineer
a focus.
is that Dar probably has like a 4 or a
Let's
5
see. I
aim
used my
security.
determination,
Generally, engineers
and
don't
I
have
would do a
that.
whopping 4 damage on base attack. Remind me, with charge, if I spend the minor, it gives me vicious, or vicious is one of the things I can select as charge. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same with me. I have
let's go
4
with
security,
that.
so I'm good in combat.
And then,
But like I say, the doctor and the engineer clearly are going to be
I
not
wanna
as
spend
good.
2
So-
threat because I want to create the advantage that I have a clear shot on this guy, and that advantage is going to give me the benefit of an A minor action.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Let's see what happens.
I'll offer you something one further.
Sure.
Since your engineering staff normally doesn't help you with shooting somebody, but in this case, they can sort of bum rush them. You can, in effect, lower the difficulty, which would normally be 2 down to 1. Downside is the complication range increases to 2.
You know what? I'll take it.
Oh,
Very
and
good.
ELH, don't forget, if you need, feel free to create to bring in a supporting character.
Nah, Zoha's got this.
No, I know. Just
All right,
if the
so
situation calls for.
I'm just going to roll 2 dice here, but because of the aim, I get to reroll 1 of them. So let's see what happens. Okay, I can reroll that complication.
He shoots himself.
Okay, so he misses. He
So I
misses, but-
miss unless I challenge a value here.
I don't think it's worth it at this point.
You know what?
No,
Yeah,
well-
let's challenge a value because this is a part of Zoha's pride, and she doesn't believe in no-win scenarios. But I'm not challenging the no-win scenarios. I'm challenging never get caught in a firefight.
I'll take that challenge. Yep.
All right, so that means I can just re-roll everything.
What are you spending toward? Because you challenge to get rid of something and then you're spending into something else.
I will probably change that once the scene is done, but it will be something along the lines of, if you see someone messing with your warp core, shoot them.
Not what I meant. When you challenge something, you wipe it clean. And you're right, you do fill it in at the end of the game. But you now have it. All you've got now is a determination. You have to
Right.
spend that determination into something.
Yes, I'm spending it to do the reroll, which I just did.
But you need a
Well,
value.
into what value?
Oh, I see what you're saying. I
Yeah.
would then use the I don't believe in no one scenarios value that I have.
Oh, my mistake. Very good.
So I got the 1 success, which is good
Yeah, you
because
did.
that's all I need. And now I want to see some effects on it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good because that's vicious 1, so that is 6. Is he going down or no? Down he goes. Nice. So Zoha
Very good
pulls
work.
out her phaser, goes pew, and guy with a sash goes down.
Good. Sash is like, oh damn, ow! And it's one of your crewmen who just kind of crumples to the ground, holding his side that you caught him in. And he just, as the rest of the engineering team just dog piles on him. You got me, stop!
Ouch.
Oh, look.
Okay, I
People.
apologize. I'm back.
All right.
Zoha to bridge. Rest assured, after a very colorful attempt to eject the warp core and sabotage, everything's okay here in engineering again.
All
Alrighty.
right.
So I missed something.
Okay.
A little
Well,
bit.
You miss Zoha being a beast.
Yeah. Well, Zoha, if that's all, I think we're ready to get out of here.
Penn
Mr.
does
Penn?
that when he's not bored. Yes,
Get us out of here.
certainly.
I'm sorry, what?
Mr. Evans, with me.
Yes, sir.
Varro, I want you here on the bridge manning tactical in case any ships show up.
Very well, sir. Evans, take care of it.
That I will.
I mean, we could just put the ship on security alert.
It already is.
Yeah.
And Evans has a security, he has the security team at his disposal. He has that advantage.
Mm-hmm.
No, what I meant was like to put it on complete lockdown, considering we've had 2 saboteur attempts.
Well, but that's communications, though. That shouldn't prevent us from going to warp, right?
Yeah, you can still work away.
Yeah, but still, that's 2 saboteurs in minutes.
I believe we should be at warp, though. And then we'll deal with the situation.
Keep in mind, you were dropped out of warp earlier.
I know. I'm like that's why I'm trying to say.
Yes, we're getting back to warp.
Right.
Okay, I will peace out then.
How much power are you?
How much do we have?
We
Uh,
have
Because that's the thing. Zoha cold started the warp core, so what does that look like then? Oh. I don't think we are going to warp just yet.
Can I take off in a random direction at impulse power, Captain?
That would probably be for the best, even if it's limping. Okay. Let's see what Evans can do.
Okay.
While like what I'd like hopefully is Evans to be searching for the saboteur while Zoha is trying to get us some more power. And hopefully those 2 things can be done at the same time.
Evans.
Computer, are there any life signs in the what was it called? Communications room?
Negative.
Mr. Security Team, I want all of you searching for a saboteur in pairs.
Very good. I'll ask you for a presence security roll. Difficulty 1.
Ooh, I've never made one of these before. Difficulty 4, you said?
1. 1.
Okay, wait. Where did I heard a 4 somewhere? I thought.
You Evans is so confident he wants to make it a difficulty 4 roll.
No, I'm not. I'm terrified because I only have a 12. Okay, how much momentum do we have?
Wait, is this looking for a
One.
Is this in looking for the saboteur?
No.
Yep.
I think.
And what did you say? Present security?
Yeah.
I'd say insight security. I'd argue.
It's to order
Well-
the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I told my team to go search for the saboteur in pairs.
Oh, all right. That okay. Fair enough.
Let's see. We got 1 momentum. It's difficulty 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Okay,
Well, you
so
have cautious security, so
I
honestly
do.
take
That
it.
is kind of a nice thing. It's like, yeah, if I use the momentum, I have cautious.
The captain can always rally. I think use the momentum since you have cautious.
Okay,
Yeah.
using momentum. And
No momentum
let's-
currently?
Huh? Oh,
Continue.
what was that? Okay, and I have no relevant focuses, so I guess I'll just go.
Okay. So
Oh,
we get that
wait.
momentum back,
Okay.
and you wanna re-roll that 0.
You know what? Yeah, because that is at no cost. So yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
Nice.
All right. We're at 2
Right.
momentum now.
Okay, we're back on the board.
Doctor,
Yep.
you see a crewman kind of limping in with a op4 sash holding his side. Oh, Doctor, I could use your help. And right behind him, 2 security guards are behind him with phasers out.
Womp womp.
I mean, yeah. They're just escorting him, right?
He stepped in. He's holding his side like he's been hurt. And he's asking you for
Mhm.
help. And then security guards stepped in, pointed phasers at him, but they haven't done anything yet because they
Okay.
see you in the room.
Okay. What's going on? She's asking the security.
We saw one of these. We saw the possible saboteur, and we were following him. And he came in here. No, I got shot. That's why I came in here. I'm done. Ow.
Right. Well, you can arrest him later. You know how I feel about phasers in my med bay.
Yes, doctor. Should we
You can
go
wait
back?
here.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
But let's all calm down a little bit. All right. I'm gonna check him over.
Okay. You can give me a daring plus security roll.
Of course.
That's not what I meant, but okay.
Ooh, I knew that was gonna happen. Feel free to take a momentum.
Hey, guess what? I have that new cool talent. I'm a doctor, not a blank. I think I'm gonna call that in right now.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Because I guess who has security 1 and daring 7? It's the doctor.
So yeah, she gets to substitute her medicine role in for that.
Yeah.
So that's
Okay.
And use my determination for the day. So hopefully I don't need that for anything else.
Oh. So you're
Toward
not
what
gonna
behind
spend
you?
momentum. Okay.
And what's the difficulty?
It's opposed.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's why I'm gonna say
Um,
you probably don't need to spend your determination, because
Well, I have to in order to use I'm a doctor,
do.
don't I?
Oh,
Yeah.
That's the
Oh.
wording.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. No. Yeah, in order to do that, yes. So you
Does
spend your
it, does it
determination.
require you to spend it toward a value, or is it just you
No.
spend
No,
it?
I just spend it for the day.
Oh,
Cool.
okay. That's right. So it doesn't count towards purchasing dice. So I'd still spend a momentum
Okay.
to get a third die. So you could also roll cautious medicine. There you go.
Yeah.
No
Well,
idea.
okay, but we don't. Okay, good.
Oh, that's
Never mind, wrong one.
roll your unarmed strike.
What do
I
I never had to do this, you guys.
It's the very
What do
bottom
I
of your
roll?
sheet.
What's your
I was
security?
trying to be a
okay.
smart ass and I clicked right
it's
click too
one.
many times.
Roll
Oh
two
wait, no, it's
challenge
technically you
dice.
mentioned that, now, isn't it?
Sorry, you sounded like you were talking through like.
Yeah, just look something up real quick. Where are you, Doctor? There you are.
Yeah.
I forgot I could just look at the sheet. Because it's like
Unarmed
something I-
strike is 1, and if she has a security of 1,
Wait, does the role transfer over that with I'm a doctor?
I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question.
I don't think so. Because the
Um,
damage is purely based
Oh my
on
god,
your-
Ben, what are you doing?
Very good.
Uh,
I'm not sure how other people. I think it applies just toward the roll. I don't think it applies to the damage
Okay.
as well.
that makes
No, it
sense to
doesn't.
me. So I just press the unarmed strike.
Oh my gosh, Pend.
My
All right,
God.
we're low on power, dude. Come on.
It's okay, he's doing this at impulse.
Hey, you got knocked down.
It's true.
Yeah.
So what happened, Doctor, was as you were about to treat the guy, he stops faking the injury and lunges for you to try to grapple you. And then and it's obvious that he's trying to get like a neck hold, like a headlock
Mhm.
on you to duck behind you. But you kind of got in your medical training, you've been taught how to deal with, shall we say, less than cooperative patients.
Oh yes. Also, I'm a Denobulan, so I kind of expect it out of children, of which the ship has many.
You can, because you got an effect, you can knock him down and do as well as do two.
In my
strike damage.
defense, they should have never let me have control of the ship.
Thud, knock him down. It's back to you because that was on his turn when he tried to jump you.
Right, well, I lied. Feel free to take your phasers back out, boys.
Give me a presence plus security roll.
Okay. I
I-
guess that only counts for once, right?
Yes.
Oh, there are
Uh,
2 of them.
Well, hang on. I think you have Don't you have doctor's orders? Do you still have that?
Yes,
You
but
do.
that's on a command roll.
When you attempt a task to coordinate others, you can use your medicine discipline instead of command.
Yeah,
This
but
is
he's not
security
asking for
roll.
command, he's asking for security.
What?
Present security.
Oh.
Because right now security guards are confused. They're
Yep.
told stand down, but wait there for a second. Actually go ahead. And they're like, what?
Okay.
Should we do something?
Okay, that's
I
fine.
guess
You
so.
still.
Well, I mean, they also saw somebody attack the doctor.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the difficulty?
1.
Aye.
Feel free to take a momentum because I know you don't have a great presence security.
Yeah, neither of those are great.
I had to pick on the doctor.
I mean, that's fine.
Oh, present security. Okay, and we get the momentum back.
That's
Yep.
not bad.
The security guards spend a moment of looking at you and then a blink of, oh, and they both shoot him. And he just goes, ow, 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 ow. Okay, yeah, you got me. Ow. Oh.
Okay, ow, ow, yeah, ow, ow.
Don't stop, boys. Don't stop.
No.
Okay, doctor, I think I'm actually out now. Ow. Oh, sorry. Ow.
Okay.
Does it go back to me?
think that's it.
Yeah, fight's over.
Or
Back
is
to you.
that just it? Okay. I'm gonna report this to the bridge. Efforts to captain.
Captain here.
I don't know if this is part of the simulation, but I just had an officer try
Yeah,
to attack
where it
me.
would be funny if stuff actually worked how you want it to work, Ed.
Sounds right, and he looks over to the JAG officer.
He nods. Yep.
Yeah, okay. Also, Pinned, count me in on balloon boxing.
I know, right?
Balloon boxing?
Nothing.
A matter for another time.
The captain taps his comm badge again. Captain de Zoha,
This is Zoha. Go ahead.
I know you just restarted the warp core from basically nothing, but we need more power. We need to get out of here ASAP.
Okay. I'll see what I can do. Alright, so control plus engineering, spending a momentum for 3.
Yep.
Difficulty 2.
Oh my god, he doesn't have any threat.
Oh, he's all out of threat.
And I can reroll one of those.
GM, if you want threat, just let me roll.
Oh, you're using the wrong. You're using the wrong stats. ELH.
Oh, so I am. Would any of those dice not?
Both
have...
of them. Both of them.
15 and 14.
Okay, yeah. In that case, that's 3 successes. Good catch.
Yeah, until he lets me do something,
So yeah, that's 1 momentum back.
I'm sitting
which
here
gives us
ready
2
to give
power.
him threat.
And then you said all the power, so spending those 3 momentum, so we get a total of 8 power back.
Yep.
Puts us at 9 power again.
Beautiful. Well, let's go to warp.
GM, can I go to warp in a threatening way?
I don't think it works that way.
That's up to the GM.
Oh, well, don't worry. You can warp away. There's still a problem.
What?
You can't hail anybody. Your communications room blew up.
Oh, frick.
We don't need nobody.
Yeah, but I mean, as long as we can run.
So I'm just gonna throw this out here as a possibility.
Guys?
Shuttles, right?
Guys,
So what are we warping away from?
Ed's asking how we got 9 power out of that.
We only got 8 power out.
Or 8 out of it, but he's asking how. It seems a bit off.
Because we spent we spent the 3 momentum for additional power. It's 2 base. We had 1 to start with.
Mm-hmm. So 2, and then it's +2 for each momentum spent.
Is that right?
Or is it 1 per momentum spend?
Yeah.
I thought it was 2.
All right, let's actually pull up the rules and look.
Yeah, let's pull up the rules, because I'm not sure on this one either.
Yeah.
Power generation is on 224.
Ed says it's 1 for 1, but it's best to confirm this.
Power management. Here we go. Plus 1 additional power per momentum.
Okay, yeah. So
Oh,
it
no, we had
wasn't.
that wrong.
Yeah, we had that wrong then.
So then we're at 5 momentum. I mean 5 power.
Yeah, 5 power. Yeah, I always thought it was 2. I think that's because my engineers have always had that additional talent that gives you the extra power. But
okay.
Zoha does
Good
not.
talent.
So yeah, it's a good talent. I'll probably take it if we ever have an arc milestone.
Yeah.
Which we
especially
still have
'cause-
not gotten.
Yes. Especially. Some people on a couple people on the
Yep,
ship have.
speak for yourself.
Yeah, I think
Oh.
the captain has one.
Okay. I was not there for those then.
Because those were the fleet action. Oh, that's
Mhm.
right. Because for everyone who was at the fleet action, Ed awarded a spotlight.
So how much are we spending to warp away?
I'll say 4.
And what are we warping away from right now?
Just we're trying to get put as much distance between us and them as possible.
Them being the Klingon ships?
Yeah, we're trying to get as close back to Federation space as we can.
GM, can I do another bullshit false signal warp jump?
Sure. Daring plus con. Difficulty 2.
In all fair, I said that's okay. It's just a case of it's better to get this stuff right.
Give him a threat.
GM, would you like threat?
I'm okay. If you want to give me a threat, go.
I would, just to keep things interesting for the session, I'd like to give you 6.
Don't do that. No,
What
Pen.
the frick?
No, Pen. You give him one threat. You give him one
And it's
threat.
a daring con, is it?
Yeah, that's true.
You should listen to your captain.
Just give him one threat, Pen.
I'll re-roll that
Captain,
one.
You have the right to remove him from his post.
So that is 6 momentum we've just gained.
Is it? No, not 6. That's 4.
No, it's a difficulty 1, so that's 5. Plus we need the ship's engines con.
Oh, right.
Oh, so that's 4, yeah, but we still need the ship's engines con. So that's 5.
Okay, that
So,
puts us full momentum at +1. Also, we've just given the GM 6.
Why did you do that, Pen?
Keep things interesting.
I think what you did was you jumped us to warp in such a way that it sent out a signal.
I mean, maybe.
Frickin' tore a hole in time and space.
God,
Mhm.
Pen.
Did you warp away at warp 10?
Okay, so how much momentum are we at? Are we at full?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, at least we're at full momentum now.
we're at full +1 right now.
+1.
You're
Do
welcome.
we have anything we want to do with that?
I don't know what we can do with that.
Borg spear. We get a Borg spear.
Can we spend that? Can we spend that 1 to somehow decrease the power that it took to jump to warp or something?
If
We
he
have-
was an engineer and had the talent, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I do have the flight controller, which is for an engineering task concerning flight or the engines. I can use my con. So if it's something to
Right,
do
but
with
it's-
flying,
it's
No.
a specific talent that lets you get the extra power.
Right. It's okay.
Okay.
I think we can just let that one extra drop. So as we're at warp, Captain Grennan to Zoha.
Zoha here. Please tell me we're going somewhere.
Currently, yes. As it stands right now, though, we don't have any communications back to Starfleet. Looks like one of our trainees took out our communications room. See
Yeah,
if-
remind me to have a word again with this JAG officer because, man, do I have strong words for him. Usually I reserve those for a certain idiot flying the helm at the moment.
you're welcome.
See if you can somehow modulate the deflector dish to send out a distress pulse.
Well, I can only be in 2 places at once. Do you want me to focus on the deflector, or do you want me to focus on getting communications back up?
Currently, Penn's holding our warp bubble pretty stable right now. Getting a distress call out to Starfleet is of the utmost importance. We're pretty far out.
We still have shuttles in our bay, yes, Captain?
That we do.
Stick their nose out and send it via shuttle.
Agreed. The shuttlecraft won't have nearly the communications range, but it's better than what we've got currently on the Kismet. I'd recommend it over jury rigging something with a deflector.
Yeah, see if you can jury rig the shuttlecraft's communication systems into the deflector dish.
All right, you, and you. Go to the comm room. Get it back up and running. I don't care if you have to tear out half the deck. Get it up. And then I guess I would go work on the shuttle.
All right.
So, who's pulling? Who's about to take off on a shuttle?
Oh, we're not taking it off. We're literally just sticking the nose out of the bay and sending a communication pulse on subspace.
Okay. Who is doing that?
I mean, I think it's going to be me unless somebody else wants to do it.
I mean, this will probably be an engineering task. So,
You want me to go help?
actually, yes.
All right. I go to Shuttle Bay 2.
God damn it.
Very good. Lieutenant Commander Zoha and the Master Chief down at the shuttle.
All right. All we have to do is literally put this nose out of the bay, and then as long as you don't pull the cable, we'll be able to send out a pulse.
At warp.
Okay, pull the cable. Got it.
No, don't pull the cable.
All right. So when do I pull the cable?
Just get in the damn shuttle before I hit you.
Okay. Which one's the cable?
I swear to God, if Penn has been teaching you, I'm going to have words with that midget.
I quietly get into the shuttle.
You're in the shuttle, Master.
All right. So essentially, I'm trying to link up the comms on here with the deflector dish on the Kismet.
I think we're just
Somehow.
sticking the nose of the shuttle out of the bay and using that to send a message.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Can we do that
Well, then I
at
get
warp?
behind the shuttle and start pushing.
The shuttle's a bit heavy. I don't think you can really push it that far.
Just gonna move the shuttle a little bit. It should work. The warp field should be stable.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bubble, so we're in the bubble, so it shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah,
And
no.
for extra safety, I'd probably lock onto the shuttle with the guiding tractor beams, so it's not going anywhere.
Boom. Science. All right,
Okay,
so then
so-
do you want me to take the shuttle, like, fly it 20 feet?
God, these
basically?
people don't like to do
Ah,
anything
stick your nose out.
dangerous.
Just
No-
enough that
no
your
fun at
comrade
all.
is getting out of the ship.
All right, I'll do that.
Okay, give me
Now.
a control plus con, difficulty 0. I
You-
mean,
Well, there you go.
that works.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
And he just
do
spent.
bait.
He just spent all.
It was a great success.
He just spent 4 threat.
Master Chief, as you move the ship out, the shuttle's kind of nosing out a little bit, and you're fine. You're as the lieutenant commander said, you're
That's
well
the
within
best type
navigable
of
bubble
oof.
of the ship, so everything seems fine. But you're going to need to give me an insight security roll, difficulty 2.
Oop, spend some momentum. What's your insight security?
I'm
What is
so
it?
you spend a momentum?
Well, what is your insight security?
Yeah, 10 and a 2.
Where,
Okay,
where's it 10? It says 6 for me.
How do you guys feel about giving him 3?
Sorry, I can't always tell when I'm pushing the button. Sometimes it looks like I am, but I'm not.
I mean, I think 3 is a wise investment in this case.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that's what I think. So you're gonna roll 4 dice this time.
All right, so I switch task roll to 4.
Yep.
And
Well, shit, yeah. 10 viewers.
any folk.
Oh yeah, I've just updated it now,
What
and it
focuses
says
do you have?
10. So that's definitely the
Do you
most
use
people who's
Quilton?
turned into a fucking
No.
stream.
Nice.
I mean, why are you weirdos watching us play Star Trek?
Really nice.
You're
Yeah, no, there's not really much here.
Defensive tactics.
I guess, yeah, defensive tactics, astrophysics, since I'm going into a warp bubble.
Ooh, astrophysics,
yeah. I
we
think
can
it's
do
it's
that.
just taking a bit of time to
Nice.
update,
Hell
but yeah, fair enough.
Woohoo.
Sweet.
I got 4.
We get 2 of that momentum back.
Very good. The shuttle is letting you know the simulation, there's still simulation like icon still blinking, letting you know that the shuttle is part of. You're being informed that as you move the shuttle forward and you land it, the warp core is open, and if you don't do something, it's going to quote unquote explode.
Like the warp core of the shuttle you are in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like someone sabotaged it.
All right.
All right. Well, is this where I want to pull the cable?
This is where you tell me, and I come fix it.
Pull the
Alright.
cable.
All right. Well, I need help pulling this cable if you want to get in here. The warp
Alright.
core is about to explode on me, apparently, because
Yeah,
don't know.
because apparently whoever set this shit up is, sick in the head. All right, hold on. And yeah, I don't eject the warp core, but I attempt to shut it down.
Okay.
Oh boy.
It's going to be a control engineering task, difficulty 4.
Take
Difficulty
as
4, you
much. Take as much as you need.
Well, take 5 momentum and 1 threat because I'm rolling 5 die.
Hey.
You can have that threat back, increase complication by 1.
Okay, so complication range of 2. Rolling 5 die. Don't have a determination to re-roll this. Let's see what happens.
You do have a reroll. You do have a single. Don't reroll it.
oh baby, oh baby.
Yeah, you know what? Let's go for bold. I wanna get that moment. Say we're fine.
So that's 4 momentum.
Yep.
Yep.
Nice.
Have I mentioned how awesome Zoha is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you've been able to.
Yeah, it's
it
jumped up
seems a very
to 8 at the
skilled
moment, so
engineer,
yes.
In the simulation.
I think
set
so far
up
it's
the
ranged
warp core to
between
go
6
off if
and
someone tried to
10.
move it.
But yeah,
And you just basically
decent
go through a
enough.
quick process of
Can't
shutting
complain.
shutting the warp core off in the simulation. Otherwise, the shuttle still works. It still has power. It can send a communication like you originally intended.
This is Zoha to Captain.
Captain here.
Well, again, if I haven't told you already how much I hate this simulation, I just would like to reiterate. Sorry, we are able to get a clear comm channel back to Starfleet, I believe, sir. Though in the future, if we could not have randomly exploding warp cores on everything possible, that would be great.
Duly noted, Zoha.
Captain, I'm getting a report that my chair has a warp core breach.
Ha
That
ha,
is cancel
Mr.
the
Penn.
simulation, says the commander.
Very funny, Mr. Penn. Zoha, send out that communications as soon as possible. Distress call. Attach everything that we found here.
I mean, it's quite
I
possible
press
it's
the
all
button.
bots.
The
But
button.
let's be honest,
The button that does the
people generally
Full
watching
engineering diff 0.
Star
Cool.
Trek are a bunch of fucking
Just
weirdos
checking to see if
anyway,
you get complications.
so it's pretty much the same thing.
Well, apparently I do.
Do we
Wait,
want to spend?
Wait, it
So
was
if you
me
wanna
that
spend-
was going to push the button.
We can spend 2 momentum to.
Yeah,
negate
just
that
spend the 2
complication.
momentum to get rid of it. We're fine.
That drops us 5.
At that, the commander says, "Simulation over. Mission
Alright.
complete."
Okay.
No, you're a weirdo.
And the captain
And
just
Simulation
wipes.
complete.
Captain just wipes some sweat off his brow and just. Alright, that was stressful.
I'd like to create the advantage that his chair falls apart right at that moment.
It's a really advantage, though.
I'm giving you the 2 momentum for that advantage.
I won't accept them.
Damn.
Aw.
Oh.
What about 2 threat?
I mean, no. Captain, if you could summon your staff to your
Directly linked.
room, we can. Have
Who
it-
did that? How dare they?
Captain's comm badge. All senior staff to the briefing room. Looks like our simulation is over.
Yes, boss.
As I walk past the JAG officer, just take notes, that's how you're supposed to fly.
I'll be sure to pass it along to Flight Command.
Good. Very good.
So, captain's gonna go into the conference room and take his seat at the head of the big table. And he's gonna motion for the JAG officer to take the chair.
A
at
guy
the other
I'm
end.
playing with? How dare they?
I'll remain
Those
standing, but thank you,
bastards.
Suit yourself, Varro.
I sit down.
So I assume all the senior staff makes it.
Yeah, I show up eventually
Yeah,
after
we
making
show up,
sure something's not blowing up.
we show up arguing because I'm holding a cable in my hand.
I don't even know where he got it. He just has a cable.
Don't worry, Jenna. She just likes to bitch and moan at things. You get used to it.
I know. That's why I just grabbed his cable from his bunk.
I mean, what was she doing with that?
I question many things about this conversation.
I don't know. All I know is it's got this weird blood on it.
Well, that sounds
So
fun.
this is for another time. I think we need to start up with this meeting.
Agreed. So,
As everybody is staring at us while we're talking loudly about
Very good.
all right, if you would, Commander.
Yes.
All right.
It was the
Well,
quilt
to inform you
that
that
tried
you were
to
able to
sabotage
complete
the
your
ship.
mission. Congratulations. You took very unorthodox approaches to the problem. Give you that.
Nodding.
Uh,
Yes.
Yes. There's no damage to the ship. All the damage that happened to the ship was all simulated. Nothing was actually hurt.
Okay. And I forget, did engineering have to rip anything up?
No, they were just
Uh,
told they could if they needed to, I think.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Otherwise,
why-
Evans would have been a little irritated.
For example, Lieutenant Commander Zoha manually killed a lot of the command codes, and that's not something the simulation covers, but the simulation has adjusted for the fact that the codes were limited. So the fact that you manually did it forced the system, the program to adjust.
And to come up with a different way to screw us over.
Basically.
Hmm.
Do you have any questions about this simulation? Comments?
Yeah, I got one.
Yes, he does.
What
course
the
you do.
fuck? Just, I don't care if you cite me for insubordination, but what the fuck? Why does JAG need a simulation of this? This is ridiculous. Do you know how many people this would have caused? Like, this isn't something that happens.
It did happen, Lieutenant Commander, aboard the USS Victoria, some few months ago.
The Victoria.
It's not part of your fleet. It's part of one of the auxiliaries that assist with, shall we say, higher security matters. In that simulation, Lieutenant Commander, there were various saboteurs that were part of the crew that were actually, in fact, loyal to Section 31, a sadly dark mark in the intelligence arm of Starfleet. So the simulations you went through, in those scenarios, several engineers died and several crewmen were killed in explosions.
I see.
I am going to try and probe the commander's mind.
What are you probing for?
Information on Section 31 here. What he has. What's coming to
he's
his mind
aware-
about it?
He has feelings of disgust, professional indignation.
All right. Just so you're aware, I am a full telepath.
Yeah. He doesn't pull it out often, but when he does.
phrasing.
Okay, shut up. Shut up.
Any other comments, Lieutenant Commander?
No, I just question the wisdom of simulating something like this again. Are you considering changing the security policy on every ship in the fleet? Because I still fail to see the point of this. You had a ship with saboteurs on it. Great. Why make us go through all of this?
You said this was for an investigation. Tell me, who's being charged and with what?
The original commanding officer of the Victoria is being charged with cowardice in the face of the enemy and dereliction of duty. It has been posited by one of the parties that the commanding officer of the Victoria at the time failed to make all efforts to save the ship. In his case, he decided a legal diplomatic route that involved the surrender of his crew and ship rendered his crew safe in all hands, and he was able to get the ship to a safe distance and hide it from enemy combatants. It cost several lives before that point, but he was able to save most. The reason for the simulation was to see, given the same circumstances, what would a different crew do? Would they do the same thing the Admiral did? Would they stand their ground and fight to the last? Would they flee immediately? These observations will influence how both sides of this case observe the facts. It challenges the assertion. This isn't so much to change existing security protocols, but to see what live crews would do. To simply simulate this in hologram is pointless. We're just asking a computer to effectively roll a random die and hope for the best. In this way, we have actual personalities, conflicts. For example, your pilot performed things that even Victoria did not do, such as warping on top of the installation. That was the simulation adjusted for that and increased the complications accordingly, since that was something they did not do.
To be fair, no one can really guess what I'm going to do, so.
Trust me, Commander, we've tried.
The Admiralty thought it would be an interesting adjustment for us to deal with in our simulations. It accounts for, shall we say, aberrant behavior of staff.
Indeed. I'll have to investigate this initial incident some more, but I have no question regarding the simulation, Commander.
In addition, are there any further notes for us? As we found, even though our last simulated test turned out to be run by a double agent in his own right, we've always gotten something out of these kinds of simulations, so any notes you can provide would be appreciated.
As far as I have been able to observe, the crew acted despite, as the Lieutenant Commander put it, extraordinary, to paraphrase, of course, extraordinary circumstances. You adjusted to them quite well. And actually, as I recall from my report here, it appears that the Doctor dealt with a rather creative use of one of the saboteurs to attempt to take her hostage, them hostage, and at which point that was turned around. That was not quite what was expected from your crew, from either your security staff or the Doctor. Your flight officer is this side of reckless, but the ship wasn't damaged. Nothing blew up. That was his fault anyway.
I mean, you say reckless, I say creative.
And this is why I'm not in flight.
It takes a mentality, certainly.
Yes.
What
The last bit of input I would put in, of course, is that this crew, despite its conflicts, minor as they are, you seem to work rather well. You accomplished the task and you saved lives and prioritized the mission while also looking after your ship. That is a thing that Starfleet expects, and I imagine this will go in, and that will be noted in my evaluation.
Thank you, Commander.
Of course. You're runabout is ready for you whenever you're ready to depart. Of course, you are welcome to stay into the near future as you need to make your reports.
Oh no, I still have at least one, maybe two other ships to go yet, so I better get on my way. Especially since your engineer looks like he wants to. They want to kill me.
Very well. It
All
was
right,
a pleasure
Commander.
It was
I'll escort you to your runabout.
Be careful
you.
of warp breaches. They're pretty bad.
and as he's on his way out, the captain would like to go up to the commander, shake his hand.
Safe
Safe
travels,
travel.
Captain.
Likewise.
And get into the turbolift with the commander.
Everix turns to Evans and goes, I punched a guy.
Oh, bless.
He just like holds up his hand for a high five.
I have something I want to do when I'm in the turbolift.
Sure.
I kind of turn to the commander and I say, can you elaborate on the connection to Section 31 that the Victoria experienced?
It's an ongoing investigation, but the most I can tell you is that the commanding officer of the Victoria was entangled with Section 31. That is to say, in the simulation. And Commander, you're an intelligence officer, right?
Yes. Formerly. I'm back with the fleet now, but I've served my time.
Well, in that case, you have the clearance to know that in that instance, it was not Klingon vessels that were there; it was alien craft, and the space station was a Section 31 shipyard. Now, the
Intrigued.
threat has been dealt with, but it does raise certain concerns whether or not the commander of the Victoria had acted accordingly, and the subsequent salvage crew that rescued the Victoria. Well, attempted to
Yes.
anyway.
Well, Commander, if there is a link to Section 31, I be concerned. Their shipyards were supposed to have shut down after an incident that I am not at liberty to disclose.
Yeah, that's what the original commander of the Victoria was looking into as well. Instead of Starfleet Command doing it, the commander acted on their own authority to investigate. It's hard to make that sense in the simulation.
Indeed. Substituting Klingons in is an interesting choice.
Well, it's close enough. If we made it Romulans, everyone would get paranoid, and we're all supposed to be friends.
Indeed.
Although, before you worry too much further, Commander, the situation has been contained. This is more assigning responsibilities to those who may have failed to meet them during it.
Regardless, I'm always cautious of. Well, I'm always cautious.
That's what they train you to do, as I'm told.
And I know. Well, good luck, Commander.
And to you.
And in timely fashion, the turbolift doors open.
Yeah.
And away the commander goes.
Yes. I say, as the turbolift doors open, I say, Commander, I believe you know your way to the shuttle bay.
Indeed, I do. Safe travels to you.
And I go back up to the bridge.
Alrighty. And I suppose
That-
all of us on the bridge are gonna watch the shuttle go off.
And that is the end of the episode.